houses in the United States. The House Speaker, this is the third most powerful person in the US government. It's after the President and the Vice President. Well, he's been removed from his job this morning. It's the first time it's ever happened in history. Joining us live now, the former White House Principal Deputy Chief of Staff, Emma Doyle. Emma, you were there. Good to see you, by the way. Thanks for your time. So you were there this morning. What was that like to be there and see that? The first time this has ever happened?
It is a very strange day on Capitol Hill. This is the first time this has ever happened in U.S. history, that a motion to vacate the chair has been brought to the floor and actually successfully passed. So it's a very surreal day on Capitol Hill. A lot of people are brushing up on procedure to figure out what happens next.
Well, that was my next question. What does happen now?
So no, just like back in January when Kevin McCarthy went through 15 rounds of ballots to be elected speaker, no business can move before the House until a new speaker is elected. So right now there's a speaker pro tem, Patrick McHenry from North Carolina, an ally of McCarthy, and he's taken Republicans back into a party meeting to figure out where they go from here. They need a new nominee or to put McCarthy back up for a vote and see if they can get him over the line again. So
how long can that all take?
It could take hours, days, or weeks at this point. It's very unclear. It's really unprecedented. So until Republicans come up with a plan and figure out how they can get over that 218 number that McCarthy needs if everyone shows up to vote, or that any speaker needs, it's really unclear where the House goes from here.
So basically, DC has ground to a halt this morning. US politics, I mean, is it a lame duck situation?
It certainly feels that way. I think there was a lot of optimism coming out of last weekend when Congress voted on a bipartisan basis to avoid a government shutdown, that things were going to continue to move. But because a single member in the House can make this motion, we're in this situation. So I think a lot of that optimism has evaporated, and now we're ground to a halt until further notice.
Were they right to move Kevin McCarthy on, or isn't it best to just have someone there?
I think for Matt Gaetz, this is very personal. I think part of the reason no one's sure how soon this ends is because there isn't certainty within the Republican caucus about what the opposition to McCarthy was really about, if it's about policy or if it's about personality or the idea that he made promises to some members that he broke to keep promises to other members. So I think that makes it a challenge for anybody to try to move forward to lead this caucus. And I think without a clear alternative in mind, it seems a little bit premature for Gaetz to bring this for any reason other than to bring himself attention and throw the House into chaos.
Right, yeah, but you were saying earlier in your first response, I think it was, that he might be brought back. So is there grounds for him to appeal?
I mean, 210 Republicans voted to keep him as speaker. So he lost 8 members of his party, but it's a narrow margin. So I think that's still a very strong showing of support. And it's unclear right now who else within the party would be interested in the job and accept it and could get more than 210 votes, especially since I don't think those 8 members have anything in particular that they all want. I think they're each looking at different aspects of policy or, personality disagreements. But right now, I don't know if anybody else can get over that finish line.
Okay, well, it must be awfully confusing for our Australian viewers who are watching this on this morning, but it's confusing to a lot of Americans, I think, as well, as we wait to see where this all lands. Appreciate that, Emma. Thank you. Yeah, we'll talk to you again soon. Well,